Top 10 smartest characters in Hunter x Hunter. The ultimate brain power ranking. Hunter x Hunter isn't just about overpowered nen moves or hunters leaping from the shadows. It's also a battlefield of wits, strategy, and psychological warfare. The series is famous for characters who can outthink, outmaneuver, and sometimes outright out-psyche their foes. Here are the top 10 masterminds of the Hunter x Hunter world, ranked by their cunning, strategic brilliance, and ability to navigate lethal situations with a calm smirk. Number 10, Illumi Zoldyck. Claim to fame. A professional assassin from a young age, Illumi managed to deceive the Phantom Troop and gained enough trust from Chrollo to take on major hits, like assassinating the Tendons. Plus, he keeps up with the famously unpredictable Hisoka, no small feat. He is a master manipulator. Illumi's poker face is almost as lethal as his needles. He isn't just an executioner, he's a master planner who can foresee obstacles and set flawless traps. Even under pressure, Illumi rarely breaks a sweat, using every second to analyze his next move. Number 9, Hisoka Morow. Claim to fame. Known for his twisted sense of fun and love of a good fight, Hisoka can also unravel complex schemes on a whim. He fooled the Phantom Troop, whose members pride themselves on reading foes. Despite one member literally being able to read memories, he quickly figures out his opponent's weaknesses and occasionally obsessions. Hisoka's unpredictability is part of his strategy, throwing enemies off before they get a chance to counter. He taunts and prods foes, forcing them to make rash decisions. Number 8, Chrollo Lucilfer. Claim to fame. The charismatic leader of the Phantom Troop isn't just an excellent thief of nen abilities. He's a near-psychic strategist who can read motives and plan accordingly. He was able to toy with Hisoka and bring him down in a decisive battle. He is able to predict and manipulate an opponent's next move. Chrollo's calm is nearly unbreakable. Also, handling more than 3 stolen abilities simultaneously is no joke. It requires fierce multitasking and analysis. Keeping the troop united despite their chaotic personalities indicates he's a great strategist on and off the battlefield. His success in reading and beating Hisoka in combat is proof enough that underestimating Chrollo's intelligence is a fast track to disaster. Number 7, Shaiapouf. Claim to fame. One of the royal guards serving Meruem, Shaiapouf, or Pouf, specialized in understanding emotional states. He also excelled at grand-scale manipulation and deduction under extreme pressure. Like a living, breathing polygraph, Pouf's entire game plan relies on deciphering what allies and enemies feel, then recalibrating his moves. Even in dire situations, which happen a lot in the Chimera Ant arc, he quickly formulates complex plans. He single-handedly pivoted the entire Ant strategy when things got tough. Pouf's obsession with preserving the king's purity might be borderline fanatical, but it's hard to deny his effectiveness as a sneaky, stress-resistant tactician. Number 6, Neferpitou. Claim to fame. Another of Meruem's royal guards, Pitou was born with genius-level medical and analytical skills. As a newborn, Pitou casually performed a lobotomy by skimming a few medical books. Being able to read some pages and then accurately perform neurosurgery within hours is terrifyingly impressive. Pitou could adapt to new situations, like discovering the intricacies of nen combat in record time. Pitou showed quick thinking in high-stress battles, proving an adept opponent both psychologically and physically. If read a book, then do brain surgery doesn't scream child prodigy, nothing does. Number 5, Zeno Zoldyck. Claim to fame. A veteran assassin who has spent decades perfecting his craft, Zeno leads the Zoldyck family with a razor-sharp sense of when to strike and when to hold back. He's basically seen it all and lived to tell the tale. Decades of successful contracts mean he's rarely surprised by any trick. Zeno exhibits a get-in, get-out efficiency. That's the hallmark of a strategic genius. He's wise enough to guide or critique younger assassins like Silva or Killua when needed. If you ever see Zeno appear on the battlefield, rest assured the plan has already been formed, and your counterattack is likely part of it. Number 4, Isaac Netero. Claim to fame. The former chairman of the Hunter Association, Netero was more than just fast hands and big Buddha statues. He showcased meticulous foresight by preparing advanced failsafes like the miniature rose. Few could catch him off guard. The Meruem confrontation was a masterclass in wariness and backup plans. He was able to travel to the Dark Continent, and survived, suggesting he's got brains to match his brawn. Watching how he analyzed Meruem's attacks was a lesson in stoic, near-meditative cunning. Whacking the king with my 100-type Guanyin Bodhisattva? That's just the plan's opener, said Netero, probably in spirit. Number 3, Meruem. Claim to fame. Born as the Chimera Ant King, Meruem wasn't just physically overwhelming, he was mentally formidable too. He quickly mastered board games like Gunji, figuring out layers of strategy with minimal experience. He practically devoured knowledge as fast as any meal, swiftly outsmarting top-tier players in shogi, gunji, etc. He broke down Netero's offense, analyzing timing and patterns at lightning speed. In a twist, he also learned empathy, an intellectual leap that arguably shaped his final decisions. If your new hobby is beating the world's best Gunji player in under a week, you might be a genius bug-human overlord. Number 2, Pariston Hill. Claim to fame. The ex-vice chairman of the Hunter Association, who delighted in chaos and manipulation, Pariston is infamous for pitting the Zodiacs against each other. Some fans suspect he meddled in many major events, like the Kurta clan massacre, just for kicks. A master manipulator, he turned the chairman election arc into his personal playground. Every conversation with Pariston feels like you're 5 steps behind, no matter how prepared you think you are. He disarms others with a childlike grin while orchestrating large-scale plots behind the scenes. If Pariston is smiling, someone's about to get played like a fiddle. And topping of the list is at number 1, Ging Freecss. Claim to fame. Ging co-created Greed Island, discovered knowledge about the Dark Continent, and manipulated events like the Hunter election from the shadows. He can learn and copy complicated Nen attacks, like Leorio's punch, on a whim. He's been almost everywhere, from hidden game islands to remote expeditions, absorbing secrets along the way. Ging confidently guesses future outcomes and maneuvers around them, making him appear borderline psychic. Whether it's coding a VR game or analyzing Pariston's every move, Ging can pivot his strategy at will. He's so elusive that even his own son, Gon, spent years tracking him down, just to have Ging half smirk and wander off again. Hunter x Hunter proves that power doesn't always reside in flashy Nen auras or lethal assassin moves. Sometimes, the deadliest edge is the mind behind the moves. From Illumi's manipulative cunning to Ging's labyrinthine plans, each of these characters demonstrates that a well-timed scheme can topple even the strongest of foes. So, if you ever find yourself in the world of hunters, ants, and mafias, remember to keep your wits about you. Because the scariest thing in this universe might just be a calm smile from someone who's already outthought you 4 or 5 steps ahead.